Okay, last time I showed some video showing some of the gaps and little problems around the rosette. So I did some drop filling and sanded that out, and I was just not happy at all with the way it looked. So what I've done here is I've just taped around the rosette. This green tape here is 1/4 inch, just regular 3M 1/4 inch, I think it's detailing tape of some kind. I buy it on Amazon, and you can take it right around this diameter circle without any problem. And then I just use wider tape to tape around that. The reason that I've taped all around it like this is because I'm going to use an airbrush to go in and spray this and get a really good spray on it, nice and level. The problem with drop filling is you get a blob, and then you've got to scrape that back with the razor, and all of that is fine, but around the outer edge there, you're just getting thinner and thinner and thinner every time you sand it. So what I've decided to do is just sand this out. I'm using 320, and I don't have to sand too much. I just need to sand a little bit and just knock this surface back. And I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there's some white areas here where the dust is filling up the gaps. So what I'll just use is just a can of air, and I use this a lot just to spray that stuff out before I go in and spray on new finish with the airbrush. So right now I'm just trying to get this sanded so I know that my finish will adhere to that really well. And I'm probably not going through the finish anywhere. I'm not seeing any brown show up on my sandpaper, so I'm probably still staying in the layer of finish and not going down to wood. But even if I do, it's not a real big deal. So I'm going to finish doing the sanding, and then I'm going to cut a hole out of some paper and cover up the rest so I don't get any overspray on the rest of the guitar. So I can spray, I don't know, 3 or 4 coats on here. And that's going to create a little lip on the edge here, which I will then use that razor blade trick and go around and try to knock that down. But that should make this rosette look really nice and level, and that's what I want. I know that's what my customer's going to want, and so I just need to spend a little bit more time. So that's gonna lose me a day or two, because spraying on that amount of new finish, it does take a little time to cure. So probably the day after I finish, like tomorrow, I'll give it its first sand back, and then give it another day or two before I give it the next sand back and bring it on up the rest of the way to 4,000 grit and buff it out. So that's getting really close there now. So I'll do just a little bit more work here, putting some paper on here, and then I will turn the camera back on again when I'm ready to airbrush this. So anyway, we'll go from there.